Hey, this is James Francis and welcome to this brand new video where I'm going to reveal to you how to fit your online business around your life. Because I've heard so many of my coaching clients and customers say to me, James, I want to implement this stuff, but I just don't have time, or I don't have the resources available to do that because I'm so busy with my life. And that's a very good question and a big problem that we all face at some point in our journey. And the same thing applied to me, you know, when I first started my online business, I had zero time available whatsoever. I mean, I would wake up very early, have breakfast and so on, to go to college during the day until about 4 p.m. and then have the evening shift, which was working at Morrison's, which is a grocery store here in the UK, until very late, about 11 p.m. And by that time, after working all day long until that point, I just didn't want to do anything when it comes to, you know, work as I saw it back then. So I just wanted to relax and chill out, right? But the thing is, you need to make time somewhere in your day, despite how busy you are, to implement the steps to achieve your goals, right? Because of course they're not going to implement themselves. You are going to stay stuck in that place until you find a way to implement the steps in some way, whether it's giving up 1 hour of television time on the evening before your spouse gets home from work or something, for example, or it could be waking up an hour earlier instead of having that lie in on the weekend or whatever it may be. But you've got to think, what are the reasons why you are doing this? Because if you make these sacrifices for the business without really thinking why that is, why you're doing this stuff, it's going to be annoying to you. You're going to think, why the hell am I bothering with this? Because it's really annoying. I would much rather have that hour in bed on the weekend, right? Most people would. But it's all about thinking why you're doing this stuff. It's to be able to get you out of that situation you're in when it comes to being completely knackered and exhausted all the time. So you have a life where you aren't exhausted, where you actually have freedom to do whatever you want, to go on vacation whenever you want, to be your own boss, to not look at prices on things when you're buying them in the grocery store, and so on, you know? The same thing happened to me. It's such a drastic change that the sacrifices are all worth it and a heck of a lot more, okay? So that's the main thing you need to do when you find that life is always busy. You think, I'll do this tomorrow, I'll do this the next day, I'll do this the next day. And it just continues like that in a cycle because life always gets in the way, right? In my life in the last year or so, to be deeply personal with you here, just to really hopefully show you how I do things in my life. The reason why I haven't contacted you in a while is because I've been very busy with my own life and my own personal circumstances. I won't bore you to tears with all of the many details of all the bad things that have been happening, but the main thing was that I had a divorce with my wife back then at the end of last year, and I've had to go through all of that stuff when it comes to the divorce. That means having to deal with all the financial stuff, having to deal with all of the, the assets in the relationship or whatever. So it means that I've been very busy and frustrated with all that stuff going on, alongside the fact that I've now moved to London. What you see behind me is one of the walls of my new lounge in London, which is actually in the Clapham area, for those of you who know London pretty well. And I'm loving it here. It's great. I love the whole atmosphere. I love how busy it is. There's bars, restaurants, everything awesome. But I've had to adjust to that as well. Also, I've had to deal with moving in with my new girlfriend at the time as well, and that happened several months ago, and that was very stressful, moving into a new area without really knowing anybody in the area apart from my girlfriend, and it's just been very busy. So I'm not showing you all this just to give you an up-to-date what's been going on in James's live video, but I'm here to show you that even though things are going on in your life, you can still make time to to invest in your business, and you will find that over time this becomes a lot easier because you'll want to. When you start seeing progress, it kind of fuels you to get going with other stuff as well. So it helps you to become more motivated. It's kind of self-motivating. Is that even a word? Well, let's make it a word, okay? So it self-motivates you just by achieving more stuff because you've been making the time to implement the necessary steps to grow your business, or even start it if you're a complete beginner. And everything just sort of becomes a snowball effect when you get better and better results. So if you are finding that you're struggling with getting stuck in a rut, you aren't really making any progress with your business, and this is the takeaway for this video, by the way, wrapping up, then you need to analyze your day, even if you keep a diary, just for a few days or a week or something, and see if you can identify any times during that week where you could make time to work on your business. Allocate that time slot. And the fact that you're allocating a certain time slot to a day for your business will make you more productive as well, because you'll think, oh crap, I've only got another 40 minutes to do this task, whatever that task may be. And you'll find yourself that, motivating yourself once again, to do these tasks when you have that limited time period. And if you want to give yourself some more motivation, as a little bonus tip here before we end this video, then set yourself a deadline, okay? You'll find as much time as you possibly can to meet that deadline, but only when you're accountable to it. So feel free to share that deadline with friends, your social media presence if you have one at this stage, maybe you have business partners or even your family. Just say, I'm gonna get this launched by this date, I'll show you. That's what I did to my dad. My dad was like, hell James, this is not gonna work. So I said, I'll show you, I'll get it done by this date. And I tried my damn hardest. I didn't manage to get it on that date, but I got it a few days afterwards, and then I was kind of like, in your face, Dad. It was a great feeling to have that. So hopefully this video has helped you in some way, and I hope you've enjoyed it. Let me know in the comment section below on this blog, and with what you think. Feel free to subscribe as well if you want to for more videos like this, and look out for more cool stuff like this over the next week as well. And I promise I'll be more regular with my updates as well. Now I'm settled in London. All right, see you soon. Bye-bye.